Hey, it's pasthisprime here, and welcome back to Homeseek, where we're continuing our playthrough in survival mode, and I think we're in chapter 4, maybe? Could be chapter 4, I'm not sure. We've got some other things up here. I don't know if they've done another update recently, but there's some new things appearing on the side here, which seems to be the laws that have been enacted. We also have sick people. Yeah, anyway, let's get going. I think it's chapter 4, but I can't remember, and I don't know if there's an easy way for me to look it up, but let's just go anyway. It's survival. We just got to see it to the end. All right, desalination plant. This plant is on a scale we have not yet seen. Even before the disaster struck, humans were looking at ways to get more drinkable water, but not even they could have anticipated the scale of this disaster. The plant is so vast it takes us a while to locate the main entrance. We have the unsettling feeling we are being watched, although we have seen no sight of anyone. What should we do? Scale the main gate, skirt around the perimeter and find a subtler way in. Let's be subtle. Okay. Where was it? Alright, this gate is just as exposed as the other, and aside from wasting time, we feel we have gained a little. Still, the lock is weaker on this one, and with a solid kick, the gate judders and swings ajar. We pass a huge tank labelled drinking water. What should we do? Climb the metal stair and open the valve. We feel exposed, take a quick look, and then move to the shelter. Yeah, let's do that. Just go to our camp for a minute. Why? Haven't got... okay, advanced water collector is done. Let's go advanced food distribution. So hold on 1 second here. So 2 things. Let's drop you. Okay, we'll upgrade you. Damn, it consumes power. That's really annoying. Would have been really great if there was some sort of warning that would overpower. Because this is not functioning because of bad weather. Okay, I'm going to try and get this built. Sorry, an expedition has died. It only takes a moment for one of us to climb the steps and loosen a valve. The pressure inside the tank is built up, and once the valve is loose, the cap shoots off, catching our companion in the face. When they turn, we see their eye is gone. They mumble in shock before toppling 10 meters to the ground. Clearly dead. We approach a large building that has a sign on the door saying reverse osmosis. We take our time to enter cautiously, but face no resistance. This interest. The fever that affected most of the camp is receding, but several citizens are feeling nauseous. We ensure everyone makes hygiene a priority, especially around the food and water supplies. It's a tough day, but people appear to be coping. Oh, hang on. Would that give us enough power? Okay. Membrane desalination center. Uses power for conversion of salt water. I think you might as well bring them home. Now, did that give us... Trying to find a balance to at least get some going. I mean, I'd rather this get built. But some water's better than no water. Omens. One of our citizens discovers several human skeletons in a nearby pit. He returns to camp muttering about ill omens and curses. Before he can spread too much unease, we call a camp meeting. Issue a warning to the man. We ask the man politely but sternly to change the subject. No one else in the camp needs to become subject to his paranoia. We should keep an eye on the mood within our community. Make light of the situation. There are skeletons everywhere. That's part and parcel of an apocalypse. The man looks sheepish and other citizens slap him playfully on the back. Pillar of the community. Seeing how volatile emotions can be, we decide to upgrade our community centre. This will help us to manage decisions and keep our citizens happier. Perhaps there is something from the old world to be discovered in the ruined downtown area. Okay. Let's get this up and running. Okay. That's 4 out of 10. Hang on a second. Let's get enough of that water. Using exactly all the power. Okay, so they've all been implemented. Oh yeah, see there's all the laws. Yeah. Nice, I like it. Got a lot of sick people. Hang on, expedition is back. Only need one person in there at the moment. Alright, I guess we're going downtown. Okay, advanced food is done. Let's go with advanced water. So we can definitely upgrade that. That will clean our food. I'm not really using that one yet, but I'll get it ready. Oh, we got no one in here now. Wait. Oh, it's because the resources were expired. Okay, downtown. Once a hive of activity, there's something eerie about downtown. Tall, crumbled edifices form man-made cliffs around us, hemming us in. Side streets are blocked with burnt cars, rubble and twisted metal. The shattered windows stretch above, feeling like haunted eyes, reminiscing and ever watchful. Downtown is crumbled, choked with rubble and cars. Broken buildings loom above us, making us feel exposed. We hug the sidewalk, keeping within the shelter of old shops until we come up against an armoured truck, crash through a shop front. On its side is the word bank. What should we do? Go around the back and force the doors open with a crowbar. Ignore the van. We feel too exposed in the bright street. Yeah, go for it. Okay. Food has dropped off. Let's add one in there. We still got this berry. So if we go to that level, got enough water. Don't really need anybody in there. Add more people in there. And add one in there. Okay, whilst the cab of the truck was empty, this part remains untouched. There is a skeleton clad in armor clothing sprawled on the floor, a crack in its skull from the accident. Apart from worthless money, we find some weapons that look to be in working order. 500 scrap. We pass a shop with its shutters half down. We think we hear whispering inside. What should we do? Call out, ask if anyone is there. We've got the upper hand, give them no warning and rush in. Creep quietly away, we don't want any trouble. Yeah, let's call out. Three sorry-looking people emerge. They are thin and grubby, but have a hardness to their eyes that says they are not done yet. We explain who we are, and they agree to join us. Three people. It's odd seeing a place that once buzzed with life so utterly still. We could learn a lot about our ancestors here, but the watchful windows and claustrophobic buildings makes us reluctant to linger. It takes a while to pick our way across the rubble and broken glass. Okay, burnt shops with the names like the Coffee Pot, Reader's Oasis, the Fun Zone and Happy Families make us hope we can find some semblance of society again. It seems a long way off, but starting with our own community centre, we can begin to move in the right direction. Advanced Community Centre. Let's go university. Right, so we need to do that, but it's almost the end of the day and I would like to have got that one finished. Whilst relieving themselves, one of our workers chances to discover a surreal sight from a ridge bordering our camp. The land is covered with what appears to be twisted metal spikes. We have no idea what their original purpose was, but we later discuss it in camp. Take it as a warning. The spikes must have been put there for a reason. Could it be art? Perhaps clearly no one was intended to enter the area. Leave them alone for now. It's an eerie sight, plus they look quite sharp and jagged. We should ignore them. Waste not, want not. There is so much scrap waiting to be harvested, no point looking a gift horse in the mouth. Let's take it as a warning. Paranoia. The mood in camp has darkened. One of our more respected citizens believes the spikes are a warning. He requests supplies to go and investigate their meaning. If we refuse, he threatens to share his concerns with the rest of the camp. We have no choice but to let him go. The citizen question carries a lot of weight in our camp. He's demystifying of the spikes will put everyone at ease. Alternatively, if we refuse his request, he would have no qualms in sharing his anxiety with the camp. We wish him luck and will await his findings. So victory, we've got to day 14. That's a lot of days. We're only on day 5. What? Was that all we had? That was a tiny little pile. Or maybe we'd already been using it. Alright, so we need to think about getting the farm going. Okay, that is enough water, that is enough food. That's even more food. University. It's difficult to envisage a time when people would do nothing at all but study. The complex is vast and seems to have offered its attendees the opportunity to advance in anything from chemicals, painting and writing to more physical activities where large crowds could watch. School may be out, but we can learn a lot from this place. The university gate hangs on its hinges. Conveniently, there is a map of the campus laid out before us on a fading board. We decide on a route and head through the reception to the canteen area. A clattering noise from the kitchen halts us in our tracks. What should we do? Explore the kitchen, see what made the noise, scan the refectory, and continue quietly on. Let's check out the kitchen. We see several dog-like creatures with yellow eyes gnawing on what appears to be a human rib cage. Someone says they are coyotes. They rush us, snarling, and we manage to escape by jamming the door. One of our members receives several bites to the back of their legs. A room labelled biology catches our eye. Inside we see an area once designated to growing plants. They are all dead now, and the soil in the pots is cracked and dry. We spot something wedged behind a heavy cabinet. What should we do? Attempt to move the heavy cabinet by forming a lever. Sure. Do that. Cabinet is heavy, and one of our party gets his fingers crushed when trying to remove the object. A second attempt reveals it to be an old packet of tomato seeds. It's been costly, but we could use this back at our farm. We exit through the rear of the university. There are several structures whose concept is so alien to us, their purpose seems surreal. It's the sports complex and comprises an area much larger than our settlement, reserved for diversion and competition alone. We take some time to look around. Okay, by exploring things called tennis courts, football pitch, and baseball field, we see that our ancestors were just as competitive as us, except we compete for life. They did so for shiny medals. It gives our struggle more meaning, and we grit our teeth with renewed determination. We have discovered the law, more energy to burn. Expeditioners will travel 25% faster, but their daily food needs are also increased by 5. I mean, that's not terrible. Offshore wind farm. Okay, let's vote. Somebody's left from depression. Would that be from the expedition party? Because if so, that's fine. Offshore wind farm. The submerged white giants are a strange, almost alien sight. Standing tall in the rough waves, we wonder how far they extend below the surface and how they were embedded in the sea floor. In some respects, our ancestors were technological geniuses. It's a pity they turned that creativity towards weaponry. Perhaps 100 meters out from the shore stands a strange platform on 4 legs, full of containers, ladders, and pipes. Surrounding it are an army of wind turbines. The platform seems to have been for workers. Reaching it could yield unrated supplies. What should we do? Wait for the tide to go out and swim. It's not that far swim now. The waves and currents look dangerous. Wait for the tide to go out. Heat wave. The day grows gradually hotter and by noon it's almost impossible to be outside. Production slows as we sweat and run the risk of dehydration. Okay, hold on. Is this the one where this all dries up? Let's see. We can walk most of the way, but have to swim the last section to reach the platform and pull ourselves up a rusty ladder. Okay. The rusty rungs on the ladder thankfully hold, and we emerge dripping onto a wide deck. Our suspicions that workers once lived here are confirmed. Besides various machinery, we find living quarters. One red container labelled supplies is locked. What should we do? Force it open with a crowbar? Okay, so all of that is gone now. So we can get rid of this once it's finished. That's what I thought I upgraded before, but it wasn't what I upgraded. Okay, so we need to crank that up. The water is still good? Hang on a sec, we've got 4 people available. Okay, events water distribution is done. We need to do the community centre. That is a definite. Okay, so we can upgrade that. Ah, yeah, see, there we go. It's got arrow things on it now. Okay. So how does this work again? Oh, let's get this wrong. Problem is, if I put it there, we can't clean it. Can't store it. Yeah, I think you have to go into a water tank first. I always have to get this right in my head. Okay, so that's got no power. Should put it down here. Okay, inside we find bottled water and canned food to have lasted the workers weeks. We examine the machinery room, taking notes on how the wind turbine's power was fed into a generator and converted into energy. When we are finished exploring, we lower several orange kayaks into the sea. It doesn't take too long to paddle with the waves. Perhaps more than the supplies we've gained, it's the information on the wind turbines that has been the most beneficial. We can now research Windmill Advanced. Okay, airport, wedding venue. What do we got? Let's keep pushing out. Okay, definitely don't have enough water coming in. I'll try and solve it as soon as I can. Waifs and strays. A group of ragged people stumble into a camp that raise the alarm, but it is immediately clear they pose no threat. They have barely survived the heat wave. They plead with cracked, dried voices for water. We should help them, but can we afford further drain on our supplies? And with the recent sickness in camp, is it wise to bring more people, weak people, into the fold? Turn them away. Yeah, let's help them. Now, I was trying to connect this stuff up. I'm gonna have to see. Okay, get all that built. Let's get 5 people in there. That could be upgraded. Won't do it yet. Airport. Aeroplanes were once a common sight in the sky, leaving behind trails of clouds as they carried passengers to whatever destination their hearts desired. If only we could use such contraptions now to hasten our own journeys across the harsh wasteland. But the only aeroplanes we find today are rusted wrecks, their metal innards strewn across the ground. A good way through our journey, one of our party cries out in pain and collapses, grabbing his ankle. We see a small black creature scuttle off under a rock and find a large barb stinger protruding from the wound. As we try to attend to him, he only writhes and moans in pain on the ground. Wash the wound with some water and continue onwards. Set up an emergency camp and suck out the venom. Let's just do that one. Okay. Trying to get this stuff built here. Although our progress is slowed by the expeditioner's limp, after some hours pass, he seems to be getting through the worst of his injury. We can be glad he didn't mistake the sting for something more serious and waste any time. Except he died. Okay. As we near the airport, the remains of various old world structures dot the wasteland around us with greater frequency. An aeroplane parked just outside the airport seems to be in good condition compared to the other wrecks. Inside, in a small room labelled bathroom, we find a vast tank of strange blue liquid that smells strongly of chemicals. Add the liquid to our water supply, ignore the strange liquid. We continue on. Okay, none of us understand how any of the planes parked at the airport might once have flown. They all seem extraordinarily heavy and completely inanimate. However, the vast complexity of the airport itself intrigues us. Hundreds of people once passed through here every day, quickly and efficiently. We spend some time marveling at the size and scale once possessed by the old airport. Hang on, we are short of houses. And we were building that. Alright, let's build a house. Okay, so this produces pour water, which is that one there. Oh, we need another screw. Bugger. Yeah. Oh, I'm hoping it can go straight in there. Well, we'll see. Okay, housing is solved. You can now vote for depression is made up condition. Huh. Okay. Yep. Oh, there's the lighthouse. Well, we'll just keep going, do the rest. Asylum. That's a great place. How many people we got available? Got a lot now. No, you want storage. Right, so... Okay, that can only have one. Okay, once this is empty, I guess we'll switch over to the other one. Okay, yeah. Asylum. Initially, the word asylum gives us hope, an offer of protection. As we look around, we come to realize that it has another meaning. Actually, have we read this a few times? I think we have. We hear a shrill scream following haunted laughter. It's our imagination playing tricks on us that comes again, making us flinch. What should we do? Yeah, let's just keep pushing. We reach the closed cell and see two people within bound in strange jackets. They scream at us. We are so distracted we don't see the person behind us. One of our party is struck over the head with a bar. The attacker flees before we can react. Okay, once we have recovered, we turn our attention to the prisoners. One of them is weeping uncontrollably, thrashing around. The other pleads with us to help let him out. What should we do? No way are we opening this door. Continue on. Nobody deserves this. We have to set them free. Put the wretches out of their misery. Set them free. One of them rushes past, screaming, careering off the walls and escaping. The other drops to his knees, begs us to take him with us and warns us that there are others living here who would lock us up. We are all on edge. We decide not to linger any longer in this unnerving place. We waste little time and leave the building, keeping our guard up. Okay, so we're going to go for that one. I don't think I'm just going to leave that. Okay, I'm going to stop you from eating that for a bit till you eat all this. Okay, that's down to 0. Okay, what's going on? We're not producing enough food. Hang on. That's still not enough? Okay, smaller rations has been done. Still a few to go. Okay, we're not getting the food up. Why? Okay. Now we're back to the power problem again. Oh, that's right. What are you doing? I dropped that for the power reasons. I got your back. Recent events have affected the general mood in the camp. We decided to bolster our citizens' positivity by holding a team building activity. We work well together, people are feeling better, no one has fallen ill for days, laughter is heard, and once again the camp feels like a good place to be. Understood. Well, that's good. Finally, some positiveness. Rooftops. The rooftops form a sequence of precarious stepping stones, a dangerous game of hopscotch. It's a different world up here. We spot distant figures, tiny and insignificant as ants before the blowing sand swallows them. Here the wind whistles and the air is fresher. It helps us gain our bearings. It helps us gain perspective. The road leaving downtown has collapsed, forcing us up onto the rooftops. There is a clear view in all directions, back towards the cliffs and camp, and onwards to what appears to be an empty reservoir. We reach the roof's edge. What should we do? Climb down to a crumbling rooftop on the left. Jump down to a rooftop with a dried up swimming pool and overturned sun loggers. Okay, we're going to jump down. And what a surprise. Somebody died. The first member who jumps twists their ankle, but they manage to drag the sun loungers and make it easier for the rest. Besides the dried up pool is a hut with a faded bar sign. Inside we find a fridge full of strange coloured drinks. We see a rooftop covered with solar panels. They look far more sophisticated than what we have in our camp. We'd do well to inspect them more closely. There's also a way down. The problem is the gap is almost 3 meters wide. What should we do? Build a narrow plank using scrap to bridge the gap. We've got this. Save the scrap, time, and attempt to jump. Okay. So, depression is a made-up thing. Have we got... No, we're in a heat wave right now. We should definitely leave that in place. All right. We're going to have to call it there because we have run out of time. Let me know your thoughts, opinions in the comments. Think we're going okay? Let me know. If you got any advice, that sort of thing, let me know that as well. I read all the comments, answer every comment as soon as I possibly can. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.